Alright, hello everyone. I'm Todd. This is my Birdfish channel, and today we're going to review this Fridgidair ice maker. I bought this in the hopes to complement my refrigerator during the hot summer months and have some nice cool drinks. It's a portable countertop ice maker. It makes bullet-shaped ice, which I guess is its killer feature. Yeah, it makes nine cubes at a time. I guess I call them cubes because they're bullet shaped, so they're not cube shaped. So yeah, and around I think 7 to 8 minutes, it pumps out nine cubes, and it's got a little reservoir and a little ice cube tray that it comes with, and a little scooper. And when the controls are real simple, it's a power on and off switch. There's another button to select small and large ice cubes, and then there's a indicator for the water tank needs water, and low water level, and then another indicator for a full ice cube tray. So it's got a sensor. When it gets full of ice, it stops operating, and if it's empty of water, it stops operating. It's rated to make 26 pounds of ice in 24 hours, but that's kind of unrealistic. You'd have to stand here and empty out the ice cube tray for 24 hours when it gets full, and then refill the tank every time it gets empty. So yeah, nobody's going to stand there and do that. So, but if you extrapolate that, that's roughly about a pound of ice per hour, which you could realistically do. It draws 120 watts when it's running. It's got a little cooling fan that runs all the time when it's running. So for me, it's a little bit loud. It weighs about 13 pounds, which for me is also, it's pretty hefty. So it's quite a bit of kit. It makes a good bit of noise when it's running. And it makes 9 cubes, like I said, at a time. Now, I believe this is on a timer. So when you select the small and large, I think it just lets it cool for a bit longer. Because one indicator is here is if the ice cubes stick together, it says the ice making cycle is too long at the troubleshooting guide, or the water temperature in the tank is too low. So one thing that's going to affect the size of your ice cubes is the temperature of the water that you're putting into the unit. So if you put hot water in there, your cubes are going to be smaller. And what I found in my initial use is the selector between small and large. I think they're kind of overly optimistic with the large nomenclature. I think it's more like small and medium, because there's not a whole lot of difference between the small setting and the large setting. Or it could even be like, in my mind, small and smaller ice cubes. Definitely not a large ice cube, and to say small and large, I think, is an exaggeration a bit between the size difference between the cubes, because in my experience, there wasn't a whole big difference. The other thing that I found with the ice cubes that come out of this thing, the ice that comes out of this thing, is it's not really completely frozen. You can take the bullet-shaped ice cubes and just crush them with your hands right out of the machine. So yeah, if you leave them take them out and put them in a plastic bag and put them in the freezer overnight, they get hardened the rest of the way, and then you can't do that. You can't crush them with your hands. So for that reason, I think the use for the ice is somewhat limited. The use for the ice coming out of this thing is somewhat limited because for a lot of drinks you don't want the ice melting rapidly and diluting your drink, right? So I think if you're just drinking water and you want cold water, and you're putting filtered water in this thing, same water you're drinking, that should be fine because it's just gonna make your water cold and to drink, and you're not worried about diluting water with water. And conversely, if you have like something you're cooling down, say like lemon water, you could mix that extra strong, knowing that your ice is going to melt quickly. So yeah, it does melt rather fast when you put it in a drink, especially if the drink is not already pre-chilled. The temperature of the ice, I think, is not, because ice has different temperatures, right? If you put ice in a 10-degree freezer overnight, the ice is going to be 10 degrees. If you put ice in a freezer that's 20 degrees overnight, the ice is going to be 20 degrees coming out of the freezer in the morning. So, ice has different temperatures, and this ice coming out of this is just barely frozen. So it's like around in the 30-degree range or something like that. I don't know. So for that reason, I don't think it's a good ice for making like mixed drinks, because generally you don't want your ice watering down your mixed drinks. If you've got a nice expensive whiskey, you don't want to water it down with water. You maybe want a big ice cube in there, but one that's really solid and a big one to chill the whiskey, but not water it down. And the same thing with I'm no expert on mixed drinks by any means, but I did at one point in my life learn how to make a good martini, and I know that you want to start with a chilled glass and chill that down with ice, and you also want to start with really cold ice, and because you don't want to be diluting that that martini down with water, but you want it cold. So yeah, I think at the point where you have to take the ice out of here and put it into a freezer and freeze it overnight so that you can use it for things like that. That's the point where I just kind of what's the point of this thing? Just make ice with your freezer at that point. But if you're just drinking water and you want cool water and you want ice ready to go for that water, this is okay for that. Yeah. Or say lemon water, where you can purposely mix dilute the lemon juice less, knowing your ice is going to melt in there. So for those sort of things, I could recommend it. And this thing is kind of popular, I think, or these things are kind of popular with the camper sets. And I think it's for that person that pulls into a campsite with hookups and they stick this on their table outside, and they're all plugged into the grid, so it doesn't matter how much juice it uses, and it doesn't matter how loud it is if it's outside and getting hotter in there. You definitely want to set this in the shade though, because there's no cooling feature for the unit itself. It freezes the ice and it dumps it into the tray, and eventually that ice is just going to melt and go back down into the reservoir, and it's just going to keep making ice like that. Alright, this is I think 1.1 liters of water. Take the tray out. It has a full line indicator, full tank line indicator. And that's right at the indicator level, so it's full, 1.1 liters. Put the basket in there, ice cube scoop, close the thing, and I'll plug this thing in, and on it comes. So it's got a little scoop in there to scoop the ice out with, and it's got a little tray trough that what fills up with water. It's immerses the cooling pins post with in water, and once the cycle is finished, that trough drops away, and then the excess water drains back down into the tank, and then it ejects the ice cubes, and then it scoops them into the little paddle scoops them into the ice cube basket, and then it starts repeating the process. So when I had this running the other day, at the beginning it doesn't get the fan running on my inverter, but after it ran for a while, I think enough heat built up in the inverter to start the fan on the inverter. So between this fan going and the fan on the inverter going, it kind of got pretty noisy, and more than I would really want to put up with. You certainly wouldn't want to stand here listen to music with this stuff going on, because it's kind of not, you know, not conducive to good music listening. Hey folks, it's a fresh batch of large ice cubes from the machine there. That's what I call large ice cube. These are small ice cubes. Okay. That's a lot of noise from that fan. So we're gonna call this a complete test, and we're gonna turn this unit off here.